Hello, here we are again with a new video on bonding your leader into your fly line. On this subject I already made two previous videos. You can find them both on my YouTube channel. But it still seems very tough for some people to make a connection that's strong enough. And today I'm going to try to show you a new way of bonding your leader into your fly line, an easy way which is twice as strong as the previous ones I showed you. Well, first of all I want to show you this drawing, and in this drawing you can see the core of your fly line, which is in almost 99% of all cases a braided core, and the orange part you see is the coating on the fly line, and that coating might be the cause of the problem of not being able to make that strong connection. Here you see the orange part contains some air bubbles, and those air bubbles actually make your fly line float, because this is a drawing of a floating fly line, and that core, the blue part over here, is hollow. Well, on this paper you see a few drawings, and the second one you see over here is the way I showed you in the first video on my YouTube channel about bonding leaders into a fly line. What you see is over here is a simple way of bonding your leader into your fly line. You push in a needle, take it out again, take a thicker needle, push it in up until, let's say, 3 to 4 centimeters, and that thicker needle will actually stretch the coating of your fly line, and when you pull it out again you have enough space to glue in that leader. You can see it in the video. What we do is we push it in without any glue. With a marker we make a spot over here, pull it out, and that spot is very important because then you can see if you have glue on it that you push it in far enough. But before you start bonding, you sand the tip of your leader for, let's say, 1 or 1.5 centimeters. Then put on the glue and push it in until that mark on your leader. That's a very, very simple way of bonding. I use it now for more than 2 years and I never had any problems with it. But when I posted that video, I got a lot of remarks of people that were not able to bond it like this, and there is a simple reason for that, and it has to do with the type of coating on your fly line. But after I posted that video, because a lot of people were not able to get in a needle far enough and to create some space, I posted a second one with this type of bonding. What you do over here is you push in a needle as far as you can, let's say 3 or 4 centimeters, and then push it through the coating of your fly line. You put the leader into the eye of the needle and push the leader through your fly line like this. Then you sand the tip of your leader material over here, glue it in for 3 centimeters and push it back. That way of bonding is for a lot of people much more easy to do than this one, because in this case you have to push in your leader with the glue, and that glue starts curing immediately as soon as it hits the core of your fly line. And if you are not fast enough and if there's not enough space, then it's very tough to get that leader far enough in. In this case, it's very simple to just pull the fly line, the leader back with the glue over here. But there are, again, a lot of people that can't create a connection that's strong enough. And that has to do, again, with the type of coating on your fly line. A lot of fly lines are made out of PVC coating material, and that's the type of fly line I use. But nowadays there are more and more coatings on fly lines with a lot of advantages, like not as sensitive to low temperatures as PVC, for example. There are several brands of fly lines that use polyurethane as a coating on their fly line, but other companies use hybrid types of coatings with mixtures of polymers, and they all have the same advantages, and that's more or less that they are softer than PVC fly lines, which is a big advantage if you cast all day, and especially with low temperatures, they stay soft, and that's a problem. It isn't a problem, not the way I use them, but if you cast with PVC fly lines with very low temperatures, they get a little bit stiff. But there is a big disadvantage with this type of coatings, those polyurethane and hybrid coatings, if you want to bond your leader material in. And actually the main difference between PVC and different types of coatings is that if you stretch PVC, it hardly doesn't recover anymore. So it stays the way as you stretch it. But with polyurethane and hybrid types of coatings, they are much more elastic and they recover more or less very fast. So that means the moment you push in a needle in the core of your fly line and you stretch the coating of your fly line, with a PVC fly line it stays open, and with a polyurethane line or a hybrid line, it actually, the moment you pull out the needle again, it recovers, and then it's very tough to create enough space to get that fly line in. And in this case, if you pull your leader through the coating of your fly line, that fly line actually recovers very fast, and there is hardly any space in between your leader and your coating. So that means if there is glue on the part you want to pull in, then that glue stays on the outside for 90%. So that means that you only glue it on a very small part over here. And that's the reason why also with this second way of bonding, there are still people that suffer with being able to create a strong connection. Today I'm going to show you this way of bonding, which is actually the same as you see over here. So you simply pull your leader through the wall of your fly line, glue it in, and pull it in place again. But in this case, we strip off a small part of the coating of your fly line for, let's say, 2 or 3 centimeters. We push back that coating, put glue on here, and then push the core of your fly line over that glue on your leader, so it's actually bonded over here and over here. Double strength, and to show you how that works, I'm going to do some close-ups now. Well, to be able to bond a fly line to a leader the way I showed you in the third drawing, the first thing we have to do is strip off the first 3 centimeters of the coating of the fly line. There are all kinds of ways to strip off that coating. You might use some tools that electricians use for stripping off coating of an electric wire. You might use a sharp knife, but in all cases it's very risky because you might damage, and I'm absolutely sure you will damage, the core of your fly line, and then it's not strong enough anymore. You can't rely on it. So for stripping off the first 3 centimeters of the coating of your fly line, you can use some leader material or nylon, and in this case I use fluorocarbon leader material, and I make a knot in it and then push the tip of your fly line through that knot to the spot where you want to strip off your coating, in this case 3 centimeters. Pull it on as hard as you can and then use the leader material to strip off the coating of your fly line, like this. There's often some coating material on your core where you don't want to have it, but you can simply take it off with your nails. Well, the next step is we have to pull your leader through your tip of your fly line. We use a small needle, put it in the center of the core of your fly line, push it through, and not only through that core where the coating is stripped off, but also a few centimeters into the fly line where the coating is still on the fly line. Then when you reach the point where it's far enough, you push the needle through the coating of your fly line. Then we are ready to pull the leader through the fly line, but this type of material goes very difficult through the small eye of a needle. I always make a flat point on that leader with my teeth. I still have my own teeth, and then you are able to get that flat point through the eye of the needle, push it through, and now we can pull the leader through the fly line. Take the needle off, and with a nail cutter I cut off the part where the needle has been, because the leader might have been damaged on that spot. We cannot glue it yet, because first we have to sand the tip of the leader for about 1.5 centimeters. And by sanding the tip of that leader, you will get a better adhesion of the super glue we will use to create that bonding. And now it's ready to be bonded. Well, the type of super glue, it's only important that that super glue is a liquid one and not a paste type of super glue. The brand doesn't matter, and it also doesn't matter if it's a cheap or an expensive one. Every liquid super glue will do the job. Pull back the leader into your fly line, push the fly line around the super glue and push the core and let it cure for, let's say, 15 to 20 seconds. In 15 to 20 seconds it already has 80% of the strength, and it finally has to cure for a few hours. the tip of the leader. If there's still a little bit of leader material on the outside, then cut it off with a nail cutter, roll it through your fingers again, and now you already have a very, very strong connection. And if this is a PVC fly line, then it's strong enough. But again, we have a polyurethane fly line over here, and now we are going to bond the tip of the fly line to the leader. That core can be pushed back very easily. So what I do is I pull back the core of that fly line, hold it in between the tip of my fingers, and I put some super glue on 1.5 centimeter of the leader on the spot where the core will be pushed over again. And now we have the same thing. Roll it in between your fingers, let it cure for 15 to 20 centimeters, and that's the complete connection. And after 15 to 20 centimeters you can never pull it out again if you do it the way I showed you. And it doesn't matter which type of fly line you have. If it's a PVC fly line, you have a double strength. If it's a polyurethane or a hybrid fly line, and many people don't even know what type of fly line they have. And also in the tackle shores, they are often not sure what type of fly line it is. So if you are not sure, this is a very good way to create a smooth running connection between your fly line and your leader that easily runs through the small guides of your fly rod, which is very important if you have a leader that's longer than the length of your fly rod. Well, here we are with the connection we just created. Super, actually double strength. Very reliable. Works for every fly line, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you in the next video.